So what is the first property of list? First property of list is mutability. Okay, so L of 0 is 1. Now if I want to change this to something else, is it possible? Answer is yes, it is possible. Okay, string objects are immutable, whereas list objects are mutable. Okay, so L of 0, previously it was number 1, and then I changed it to string 1, and it is possible, it is working, it's not giving me any error. Unlike in string, if you don't remember, I'll just do it. If you have hello, S of 0, it is H. Let's say I want to change it to something else, let's say Q. Observe, it doesn't work because strings are immutable and lists are mutable. Okay. So mutable meaning you can change that element's value. Observe here the entire element was changed. Okay. Here in this S there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements here. I cannot change this individual element from this one whole element. See, string no matter what is one string. So either you change the entire string or you can't change the individual part of that element. It is not allowed. All right. Now there's a deeper meaning to that, but let's not go there. But it is not allowed is something that you should keep in mind. Strings are immutable, whereas lists are mutable. Okay, is this clear?
Okay.
All right. So let's go to the main thing, which is lists methods. Now, before I go there, let me tell you that list objects are the most important, I think, most important object in Python, because every day in every activity that, every program that you have, you will for sure use list. The only reason being, it is the most flexible object that Python has, or what Python can offer. Strings are not flexible because they are immutable. Tuples are not flexible because they are immutable. And dictionaries are mutable, but then they are mutable only because of the concept of the entire value being changed. So there is a limitation when we come to dictionary. I'll tell you why it's not widely used, because it is a concept of hash table, and then I'll tell you what it is. But otherwise, lists are widely used because of its methods. They are amazing. Okay, first method is append. Now, append method is used to append an object to the end, the entire object. So far, what objects have we studied? Which all objects have we studied, Rakesh?
It's like strings.
Yes. What else?
List.
List, right? What else? Our first class was what? Numbers, right?
Numbers.
Yeah, integers and float. So far we have studied 4 objects, and all 4 of those objects can be placed here as an argument. And also in future we'll be reading a few more varieties of objects, many varieties of objects, and all those objects can also be placed here. Okay, in order to
Okay. Here you were going to say like the basic funda is we can object in the sense the data types itself is also an object.
No, object
Right?
in this, yeah, I mean object in the sense the object that we have studied: integer, float, string, list, dictionary, tuple, files, functions, classes, whatnot, whatever you want, all of them in Python are object. You can put anything in this, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, and what does it do? It does what? It appends the object to the end of the list. That's what it does. All right. So L dot append of, let me add first of all, let's see what is L. L, observe, it is string 1, 2.34, string 3 and 4. Now if I add, let's say 5, observe, it will add 5 to the end. It will append 5 to the end. If I do, let's say string 6, observe, it will append the entire object 6, which is a string, at the end. Okay, and so on. Now if I add list, let's say 7, 8, 9, observe, it is appending the entire object 7, 8, 9 to the end. Okay, so can you tell me how many elements are there in the list L now? Number of elements?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because this entire thing is one element. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now that's just about append. Now a homework for you is find the difference between append, extend, and insert. They're very easy. If you just put a shift tab, you will be able to understand. Just do L dot extend. You will see, where is it? Wait. Yeah, extend. You just read this and try to do and tell me what is the difference between this and L dot insert. Okay.
Yeah.
Just read this, just play around, and then tell me the difference about it. Okay. Fine. This is the homework part. Now I want to show you one more thing here. L of, okay, can you tell me what is the index that I have to give if I want this object?
L of 6.
Correct. So if I give L of 6, I will get output which is list 789, correct?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to tell you now is applicable throughout Python, even when you use, let's say, machine learning. Everywhere, whenever you're using Python, it is very important to keep in mind. What is it? The output data type matters. You have to keep in mind what is the output data type of your action. Whenever you're doing something, what is its output data type? So as of now, the output data type of L of 6 is list 789. Because it is a list, that means on that you can apply list properties. If I do this, observe, on that list I have added, okay, in that, sorry, not on that, in that list I have added. This is how you can go internally and then do modifications. Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is very important because later on you will be seeing that many a times we have scenarios where you want to go internal to one of the object and do some modifications there. So you should know which is the object that you're dealing with. So once you know L of 6 is a list, then you have all the properties of list. Okay. Now,
Okay.
L of 6. Now I have a question. Assume that this was L. Assume this was L. If I want this value, what will you give? What number will you give in the index?
I didn't get you.
Assume this is L. L is equal to this. Okay.
Okay.
In that, if I want to get this value 10, the last value, what index will I give?
L of 3.
Exactly. So assume this L of 6, entire L of 6 is L. And if I want to still get that 10, then you will give L of 6 of 3. This is how you traverse through. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, remember, L of 6 was a list. Because it was a list, in that list, I am going and checking L of 3. It's 3, third one, which is 10. Since it's still a list, that means it is still what? Mutable. Observe. It is mutable. Okay. Right. See, what is it that I'm teaching you here is I'm trying to tell you how to, first of all, like in future, you will be seeing the main problems. At that time, I don't want you to struggle. Okay. So if you have multiple objects within an object and all that, then how do you traverse through that entire object? How do you read stuff? That I taught. then I'm telling you how to, once you have read the object, then you should know on that object its properties you should know, and that is the reason why I'm focusing on you to do methods. Okay, so
Okay.
so its methods, its properties are applicable. That is what I'm trying to force it on you, saying that okay, you have to do it this way. All right, once you do this, trust me, you will have no issues in doing any such problem in future. Okay, so I want you to just follow whatever I'm doing with respect to list, at least, because lists are going to be widely used object, Rakesh. So you have to do it really well. Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Now that this is done, let's talk about L dot the next object, which is method. Let's say count and index. We have done it in string, right? So do the same thing. Okay, and let me know if you have any issues. It's the same thing. It will count the number of times that particular value is existing, and index will tell you that the index position of that particular object. Okay, so it's the same as string.
I was having a issue in strings count as well.
Come again, sorry, you were doing strings count, right?
Yeah, that is confusing. The count method is confusing.
Count, is it? You
Yeah,
want me to do this L dot count?
yeah. It is
Okay.
in the concept is similar, right? As it is in string as well.
Same. Here you will just give the value, that's all. Previously we were giving substring. In string we give substring. In list we give just the value. What value are you looking for?
Actually, I understood the concept here. See,
Then
if we are not defining a substring, then only we won't get output. That is the basic funda. But I thought when you were teaching, I thought it's substring. It will pick whatever you give. If it is hello world, HEL. If I want to ask that HEL pick that HEL, then it won't pick.
yeah, why it will not pick? It is a substring, right? See, it will give you a count that HEL has been used once.
Okay. I was using this definition. Yes, I was using yes, and I was giving indexing. A lot of things I was doing instead of doing this simple thing.
Okay. So do me one favor. If you want, just take a snapshot of that and send me on WhatsApp. I'll just have a look, and then I'll understand what you were trying to do, and then at least I'll tell you later. Okay, in the next class maybe I'll do it. I'll tell you what you did right, what you did wrong. At least. Okay. But now you understood, right? What we do.
Yeah, no.
Understood, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So let's talk about. We did count. Yes. So I want you to do L dot count and L dot index. Okay. And let's talk about one another important method, which is pop. Now I want you to.
I sent a picture. I sent a picture. That
Already.
was what I was doing.
Wait, I'll just have a look. I didn't get the message. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Last.
You're looking for I from 2 to 4. And yes, it's correct. So what is the issue in this? Let me just write it here. Wait, I'll just write it here. So your string is what? String manipulation. All right. So you have string, MANI, P was capital. All right. Manipulation. You're doing substring is equal to I. Oops, sorry. Substring is equal to I. And you're doing S dot count of substring from 2, 4. So what this is doing is you're saying find, look. Sorry. You're asking something else then?
Yeah, something else. It is like I was just see yes dot count without defining the I, we can't get this. Instead of sub, can you write the I?
Yeah, of course we can write I. No, I don't have to define this. No. I don't have to do this. See, I'm commenting out this line. Now I'll do this.
Yeah.
So it works the same way.
Yeah, okay. Actually, it cleared me after some time. That was having an issue.
Gotcha.
Okay then. Yeah.
Okay. Fine right now. All right.
Yeah, fine.
Fine. So let's talk about L dot pop. Now, before that, let's see what is L. Okay, L is 1, 2.34, 3, 4, 5, 6, list 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so the next method that we are doing is L.pop. L.pop is a method which is used to remove the value, okay, from by default from index equal to -1. So always, if you do not mention anything, I've told you in the previous class how to read a method, and if in a method if they are mentioning a parameter, an argument, and they are saying equal to something, that means it is default value. So pop of, by default, if I keep it empty, observe, it is going to remove that element from the end. Observe how list 7, 8, 9 and 10 has been removed from the L. And the new list, I mean the list that has been modified is 1, 2.34, 3, 4, 5 and string 6. Okay. Hello? Rakesh, you there?
Yeah, I am there. I got
All
it.
right.
I
All
was
right.
in mute.
Okay. So if what does that index equal to then mean? If can I give any particular index? The answer is yes. Let's say if I try to remove the third indexed value, that means this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So it will now remove 4 and the old list will be now updated and 4 will be gone. All right. If I keep on
Pretty confusing, right? It is like, see, the index part, it should be 0, right? Here the people are telling ones from the 1 it has to start.
No, yeah. So pop is
It's very hard to remember or memorizing these things. We have
okay,
to trial and error is the best method, right? I don't know
right.
what is the basic idea behind this. Why some are the other methods from the 0 it will start. So from some other things 1 it will start.
Yeah. So I have an answer for that. So have you heard of first in, last out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what it is. Okay. By default, when you're doing this list operation, obviously your first thing which you are putting in is 1, 0th index, 2 index, first index, second index, third index, and so on. And what you pop out is last. All right, so it is following that order, and that's the reason why it is this way. I understand it may be confusing for some people, but there's an order, there's a reason for doing that, and yeah, this is that. Okay.
Yeah, functions or anything we are calling any functions or objects for for those things we have to use the parenthesis, right? Uh, parenthesis.
Yes, these are parentheses, Rakesh.
Yeah. And yeah, I understand. I'm
Uh-huh.
asking why can't they use the square bracket? Any reason behind that?
If I understood the question, probably I would have given you the answer. Don't mind, please chat and send me because I'm not understanding. What did you just say?
Now, see, for list, we are using
Yes, for
string
list we are
as well.
using square bracket.
Yeah. Here the pop, in front of the pop, we are using parentheses.
In front of pop. Acha, this one.
In front of pop, we are using parentheses.
This one, no, this one you're talking about. The one which I'm highlighting here. Here, where my cursor is. Do you see it? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Are you talking about this L.pop? This parenthesis?
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
Okay, so you're saying here it is square bracket, here it is parenthesis. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Why is it so? Why can't it will be only parentheses or only square bracket?
See, first thing is you have to live by rules. One. Second, if you have been defined and a number is a number, will you go and ask why is a number a number? No, right? It's like that. There are rules for objects. If we have
That
said,
rules. I'm asking that rules. It's okay. Some protocols people are following. That protocol I
okay,
want because somewhere around there, I was thinking why they are using this here, why they are using that there. That's why I'm asking.
that is why I'm telling you.
Or
So you
what?
have to listen. Yeah, just hold on.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if we have decided that tuples are going to be declared using parentheses and lists are going to be declared using square bracket, and dictionaries are going to be declared using a flower bracket. This is a Python rule of saying that these are the standards that you have. Now, let's go back to the standard which the rest of the world follows. Go to any programming language, you will see when a method or a function is called, you always call it using parentheses. It is something that we have to follow to call a method or a function. So this, when you give this only, a function or a method is invoked. I'll prove it. Observe here, I'll do l.pop without the parenthesis. Observe, it says function list.pop index equal to -1. It did not invoke. It is just giving an information. It did not invoke. How do I prove it? I'll go back to the list and I'll show you the list has not removed the 6, the string 6. It is still there. And only when it is called both method and a function, only then they do their action. And how do you call them? You call them using parentheses. All right. So let me do this once and then you will see. Observe, it has been called, it does its work, and it gets invoked, that particular method, and obviously that 6 is removed. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you answered.
All right, perfect. Okay, so that is about pop, and it is not over. Let me go back where I was there. Yes, I was here. So now I've removed how many elements? I've removed one or two elements I've removed. I still have 4 elements. Now let me just keep on popping. Observe, I have 5. Now list is now updated. It is just having 1, 2.34 and 3. Now I'll pop again. It is string 3. Now I'll pop again. It is 2.34. Observe, it is just having string 1. I'll pop again. It will have string 1. Now the list will be empty. Now this is a scenario which you should take care of if you have written a program which is continuously popping out of the list. You have to take care that you stop when the list is empty. I'll teach you how to do that when we do while loop. Okay, but for now, observe why you should stop, because you will end up getting an error. Okay, so when we do while loop, I'll tell you like how do you stop it, and also if you want to control this kind of a issue with a exception handling, although I wouldn't suggest, but if you still want to handle it like an exception, you can still do it. And I'll tell you the reason why I said I don't suggest for it when we do exception handling topic. Okay. All right. But you got the point, right? If you keep on popping, you should stop at some point. All right. That's the basic idea. You should not keep on popping even when it is empty.
Then you're going to use length method here?
Come again, please. I can't hear.
Inside the while loop, to stop this, you are using length method here?
Yeah, it depends. If you want to do it via length, perfect. You can just do len of L greater than 0. While it is still greater than 0, keep doing it. When it becomes 0, come out. Okay, right. See, there's no one way to do a coding, as I've always been saying this. Your answer is also right. My answer is also right. It's just which one is the most optimized one that we should see. Okay. Like as you rightly asked one question here, do you really need to have a variable here? The answer is no. But what if this variable sub equal to was receiving input from, let's say, a user, or let's say from a file? In such a scenario, can you always hard code here? No. In that scenario, it makes sense to have a sub is equal to something. But if it is only one time, then why in the world should I have that sub? Just put that I and then get it done. That's it. You see what I'm saying? That matters. Okay. To be a good developer, you should understand, is it really necessary? You should be asking this question. Okay. If you're declaring a variable, is this necessary? Will I be reusing it? If yes, then yes, it is necessary. If not, then probably you will be the better judge whether you want to hard code or not. I still suggest don't hard code. Okay. Keep it very independent, but still, if you don't have a choice, then yes, go ahead. Okay. Is that clear? Yeah, perfect. Now, a homework for you. Let me first write the list again. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So the homework now is find the difference between pop and remove. Okay, both of them does the same thing. They remove objects, but you will have to tell me what is the difference then. All right.
The pop removes, if we are not indexing, it will remove our last element. In
Okay.
remove, we have to index, then only it will remove.
No. Where remove
Okay,
is
okay.
not
This
with
is the
respect to
basic
index.
idea.
No. Remove is not with index. It's with something else. But just yes, you're partially right though. Your idea is right. But yes, go back and do this as a homework. All right.
No.
Now let's talk about reverse. A reverse method is literally observe. Reverse method is literally to reverse. Reverse method is literally to reverse the object without any argument. Okay, so whatever you have, observe, it gets reversed. All right. So however it is, it'll just get reversed. If I run this again, observe, it gets reversed again. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Now let me have some random numbers for now. Okay, and I'll say 4, 1, 2, whatever. Now, what I want to do is I want to first show you what is L. L is 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 4, 4, 1, 2. Now I want to sort. Observe how the sort works. It is sorting in ascending order. What if I want equal to, if I give reverse equal to true, what if I want descending order? In that case, I will give an argument reverse equal to true, because of which the list will get reversed. Okay. All right. Now I have this question for you. Okay, and also, for anyone who will be watching this video in future, I have this question. What do you do when you have multiple or different object types within your list? How can you sort it? For example, for now, I'll just show you what if I do this. Let's say A, comma, B, comma, D, comma, C. What if I do this? What will happen? Observe, it works perfectly fine because all of them were characters or string. What will happen if I have different object? Let's say 1, which is a number. Let's say I have 2 here. What will happen? Observe, it gives me error. No, it doesn't work. I'm not running reverse. Okay, I just, if you are confused about this, forget about this. I'll still run it without that. It will still give you error. So how would you solve this problem? I want you to try it out. And the answer to this is with the help of a function, okay, is what I'll be doing.
No, we have to convert all the elements to one data types, like two and one should be string.
All right.
We
So
have to convert, then only we can solve.
all right. So do that, try that out as a homework. And anyway, I will give the solution to that. When that particular topic comes, I don't want to give you a hint what I'm talking about. Okay. But try it out with whatever idea you have. And I will tell you the solution for this anyway. Okay. Internet is full of technical videos. I just love to make it so that everyone understands.